Sometimes the road looks endless until you take one more step. Ethan stood on the running track, heart pounding. It was the final race, and his dream to win a scholarship depended on it. The whistle blew. He ran like never before, wind brushing his face, adrenaline pushing him forward. But halfway through, a sharp pain hit his leg. He fell. The crowd gasped. His coach shouted his name, but Ethan couldn't move. His knee throbbed. His dream shattered. He watched others cross the finish line as rain began to fall. That night, lying in his small room, Ethan stared at the medal he'd won last year. He whispered, "Maybe I wasn't meant to make it." But somewhere deep down, a small voice said, "Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe this is where it begins." Weeks passed. His knee healed slowly, but his heart didn't. Every morning, Ethan sat on the bleachers, watching others train. His coach approached. "Still hurts?" Ethan nodded. The coach smiled faintly. "Pain tells you you're alive. Quitting tells you you've stopped living." Those words struck something inside. That night, Ethan stood in front of the mirror, wrapped his knee, and whispered, "One step at a time." He started walking, then jogging. The pain screamed, but so did his spirit. Every day he pushed a little harder, sweat and tears blending together. His friends laughed. "You'll just hurt yourself again." Ethan smiled. "Maybe, but I'll do it standing, not giving up." Months later, Ethan joined a marathon in the nearby hills, not to win, but to prove he could finish. The road was long, filled with steep climbs and cold winds. Halfway through, his leg ached again. He slowed down, breathing heavily. Others ran past him. Then an old runner tapped his shoulder and smiled. "Son, the race isn't against them. It's against your limits." Those words became his fuel. He took a deep breath and whispered, "I'm not done yet." Step by step, he kept moving, his body trembling, but his heart unbroken. As he reached the peak, sunlight broke through the clouds. He realized the view was worth every struggle. The final mile felt endless. His legs screamed to stop, but his heart refused. Crowds lined the streets, cheering for strangers who refused to quit. As Ethan approached the finish line, he saw his coach, tears in his eyes. Every step felt like fire, but he kept going. And when he crossed that line, not first, not even close, the world went silent for a moment. Then came the cheers. Not for the fastest runner, but for the one who didn't give up. Ethan collapsed, smiling through tears. He didn't win the race, but he won something greater: himself. Later, his coach placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "You just taught everyone here what victory really means." Years later, Ethan became a coach. He stood on the same track, watching a young runner fall just like he did once. He walked over and said, "You don't lose when you fall. You lose when you stop trying." That boy looked up and smiled, just like Ethan once did. And as Ethan watched him rise again, he whispered, "The road never ends for those who keep walking." You may fall 100 times, but rise 101. Never give up, because your next step could change everything. Comment below. I choose perseverance.